There we go. Now it's a lot better. Because the face cam's already there. It's just one giant screen.
That makes sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah, just having a double face cam, that'd be kind of weird.
That would be funny, actually.
Alright, let's add everybody on Discord saying it is podcast time. Because I'm ready to do this.
Pugcast, not podcast, Pugcast.
Calm down, Matt, man. The Pugcast. Kyle the Pug Podcast Show.
Oh my god, somebody built a fish.
Alright, so... Let me put this... There we go. Yeah, what episode are we on? Episode 11? Is that where we're at?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, dude, we've done 11 episodes. That's literally insane. That is insane. Yeah, talk show. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Let me just refresh so that way we'll be good to go. Because refreshing is always, it works for the soul.
Yep.
Alright, so I know Shadow's gonna be a little bit behind, but like I said, it'll be okay. It's okay. It's okay. He's like, it's never okay. Okay, let me turn down the game volume so that way everybody can hear their voices. There we go. All right. So I just turned down the volume so that way everybody can hear us. And I can't believe we've already done 11 episodes, or this is the 11th episode, and we're about to do 11 episodes of the show. That is absolutely insane. So, let me double check here one more time, so that way, okay. Alrighty, so. Alright, we're good. Alrighty, so, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kyle the Pug Podcast Show, episode number 11. That's right, if you're counting like this. Well, it says 2, but if you're looking in the chat right now, this is I'm trying to do 11 impersonation, but it's not really working out. But anyways, welcome to the show. Glad everybody can be here. Well, everybody will be coming late, but I know that, but bunch of late bastards. But anyways, I'm Kyle the Pug, if you guys didn't know that, and we talk about all the sports topics, all the video game topics, and everything in between. So you guys better sit back and relax and enjoy the show, because we're about to have a good show here tonight. So anyways, I am here with the Penguinator. He's playing Fortnite right now, but he's active. He's getting shot in the back. And yeah, he just
here.
He's like, no, I don't want to get shot in the back in general. Mattman said he's at his mom's house for Mother's Day. By the way, happy Mother's Day, everybody. I hope you guys were awesome to your mom today.
Happy to all you mothers out there.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that are watching. I
just realized how that sounded. Sorry.
Yeah, big rip and an oof right there. But anyways, so I decided to offer my mom. We're gonna go to the movies Tuesday. I was gonna pay for it. So yeah, before we get started, I wanted to talk about this. We're gonna go see Detective Pikachu on Tuesday. So that's gonna be a thing. I'll probably do a review on the movie once I've seen it, and I'll probably talk about it on next week's podcast for certain. And it'll be a good time though. It'll definitely be a good time. But
so your gift to your mom was taking her to a movie she doesn't want to see.
Well, she accepts it though. She does accept it though. She definitely. I know. She doesn't like Pokemon, but you know what? It was my gift. She's all right with it though. She's all right. But all right. Anyways, going back to what I was talking about here. So I want to get started with a couple of topics I wanted to talk about here. I wanted to wait for Shadow to get to the video game topics with me. So right now we were going to talk about Nintendo E3 because their schedule just got released. And we're going to talk about his clan. We're probably talking about my clan in between. We're going to talk about some NHL playoffs. But first, as always, it's been a thing. We are going to talk about the NBA playoffs and see what's going on there. And it looks like, you know, as of right now, the Warriors and the Trailblazers will be facing off in the Western Conference Finals. And as for, you know, the Eastern Conference, you'll have the Bucks and you'll have the winner between the Raptors and the 76ers, which the Raptors are up by 2 with 6:10 left in the fourth quarter, 80-78. So that'll be a thing here coming up. So we're just going to wait on who's going to be awaiting the winner of the Bucks, though. But Penguinators, Charlotte Hornets are still not in it. You just got to wait till next year.
They're in there in spirit.
They're in there in spirit. They'll win the title in spirit. The Ghosts.
They wanted to give the other teams a chance to win. You know how it is.
I mean, there's no LeBron in the playoffs, so all those teams out there, they're running and gunning for the title. But
I want to give everybody else a chance.
But like I said, I feel the Blazers and the Warriors game will probably be the. It'll probably be an interesting series. It'll be an interesting series. The Trailblazers beat the Nuggets today, 196, and that was a pretty insane. Actually, all the games have been close too, if you really think about it. Yeah, so just keeping an eye out. Yes, it's 5:05 left in the fourth, and the Raptors beating the 76ers. Yeah, still same score. And I want to talk about Game 1 and what's going to happen here tonight. So the Warriors, they'll play Tuesday. So yeah, Game 1 will be Tuesday. Game 2 will be on Thursday. And then they take a travel day. Saturday they'll play Game 3. Monday Game 4. And, you know, vice versa. And I feel like the Bucks and whoever wins between the Sixers and the Raptors, they'll probably play like on either a Monday or a Wednesday. That'll be like Game 1, in my opinion.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's like the NHL. They always do this with like certain, you know, when they get to like the Western Conference Finals, Eastern Conference Finals, they usually have like, they alternate games like every other day. So that's always been like a thing. And all the games, 1 through 7, 5 through 7 if necessary, all the games will be at 6 o'clock Pacific time. So that'll be like 9 o'clock Eastern Standard for most of you out there, which that's 8 o'clock Central, and you guys will probably be in bed by then. Most of you guys will probably be in bed, but not us West Coast folk. They get to watch the their Golden State Warriors, because obviously I'm from the northern part of California. The Golden State Warriors has been a thing, and honestly, I really hate to admit this, honestly. I mean, I don't hate the Warriors. It's just the fact that they keep, you know, they back-to-back champions and the three-peat's about to happen. Yeah. I feel like they're going to win the series. Probably like in 5 or 6 games. I mean, they got, who do the Blazers have that's like he's really, really clutch. I forgot his name. But he's super, super clutch, especially when, who do they eliminate, like, a couple of rounds back? I was, like, before the Nuggets, I think. Was it?
I'm not sure, I can't remember.
Here, I'll have to go back here and look. Hang on, let me, do that here. Yeah, playoff round 1. It was the Thunder, that's who it was. Yeah, they eliminated the Oklahoma City Thunder, and then they eliminated the Nuggets. So, yeah, they're a pretty underrated little squad. I mean, I'd be on the lookout for that, but they'll give the fight to the Warriors. I know that, but I just feel the Warriors are going to win in 6 games. Something's gonna go down. I think everything goes down in the NBA playoffs, actually. But speaking of which, so the NHL, I think, was one of the fewest See, that's the thing with the NHL. It's really unpredictable. I can't even talk. Here's a guy that can't talk. But yeah, unpredictable. Yeah, but the most unpredictable part about the NHL is that any team, any seed could actually win their playoff bracket. And I was talking about the well, last week we were talking about the Sharks and all the other teams in the playoffs, and I'll get to that here in a little bit. But I want to, like I said, get to some predictions here, and once the game ends between the Raptors and the 76ers, I'll get to that pick as well. I'll keep you guys up to date before Shadow gets here. So, anyways, Penguin, I want to ask you this. Who do you think wins between Portland and Golden State? How many games?
Hold on, I'm in a fight. Never mind,
hold on. He's in a fight. Hold on. He's in a fight in real life. Pop. You just hear him just getting beat up. Who's going to win in a 7-game series between Portland and Golden State? That's what we're trying to figure out here for the boys. For the boys, we got to get your pick in.
I don't know. I mean, both teams, they have their strengths and weaknesses. I think it's really going to come out to who has the better defense in the end.
I mean, here's one thing I can tell you about Golden State. Yeah, they have one of the best starting 5, but that bench is absolutely, I wouldn't say trash, but I would say it's more of a short-ended bench. They don't have enough players on the bench.
Well, the thing that you gotta remember for a lot of teams, which I don't know why they do this, majority of teams do for some odd reason, but they focus on the starting 5 and they have a crappy bench that's just there to relieve the 5 so they can get your breather, and then they rotate them back out.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get a group that if your 5 gets injured or something happens, they can take over, not just give them a quick breather.
Mm-hmm.
I've never understood that.
Yeah, but it kind of reminds me of the LA Lakers when it was Kobe, Gasol, Bynum, obviously Farmar was another one.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, because it was led by, well, obviously Lamar Odom used to be the starting small forward of that group before he was on the bench, and he didn't mind being on the bench though, and that's what actually helps you win championships, because if you have a backup group along with your starting 5, then that can help you, and that's what the Lakers had, a decade, even 8 to 9 years ago when they were going up against, because they won against the Magic, and they also won against, Boston, then 7-game series. It was just an absolute classic when the Lakers were down by 20 points and they came back to beat Boston, which in an epic fashion, which I am a Lakers fan myself, so I was a pretty happy camper. Do tell. I will tell you about the 16 championships we've won in our franchise, but as of recently, the Lakers kind of have become part of the not laughing stock, but they've been having some coaching issues over the past couple of months, honestly, and it's kind of bad.
Yeah,
it's been honestly.
See, here's the thing with that: the Lakers are sitting there, they're feeling back as you said, they're kind of becoming livestock. Here come the Hornets. It's don't worry, you get used to it.
Here come the Hornets. It's don't worry, you'll get used to it. Yeah, they'll be the new Sacramento Kings, Clippers, and the Hornets combined. Sadly, and as much as I don't want that to happen, I know it's gonna happen. I mean, LeBron's obviously on the Lakers, so I have a little love-hate relationship with that. So I mean, in a way, I feel like they can turn it around. I know they will turn it around, but it's just a matter of when they're gonna do it. Because LeBron, I think, has 3 years left on his contract. And the whole thing was he didn't like Luke Walton as the coach. So I guess that's why the Lakers canned him. And now all of a sudden, I don't know. I think Matt Mann said they hired somebody. I'm trying to remember who exactly, but I haven't really checked out much of it lately. But, oh, Matt, if you were here, if you were watching right now, man, where are you at? I mean, I know where he's at, but anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my
I do want to
theory
talk
with
about that a little bit though. How bad is the trend in not just say NBA, but you kind of brought it up with LeBron and the coach. How bad is it when, let's say, the team's actually doing, I don't know, not so much just the Lakers, but teams doing kind of decent, but they're not actually winning or something, and the players come out and say, I hate that person, or I hate that player, I hate that coach. So the team, to keep the main player happy, gets rid of a good person that they just got just to please them.
Yeah, and that goes to show you that it's basically, it's not just a trend though, but it's the new norm in sports, because everybody's going to try to back up the star and the ego and all that other jazz, and of course, and you know, until something bad happens to the other victim, which, you know, you can't really do much. It's all about who has the higher money in this situation.
And like going back to, well, not so much the NBA, but let me flip to the NFL. The Carolina Panthers, when Newton first got there, that's why they got rid of Steve Smith, because he and Newton kept getting into it because he got tired of Newton's crap. And instead of saying, all right, Newton, you need to grow up, we see his point. Hey, Smith, we're going to cancel you a contract, man. You're done after this season. What? Your best receiver you're kicking because of some new rookie that came in with a chip on his shoulder? Really?
I mean, yeah, honestly, even the NFL's got its own messed up, you know, situations. Even when it comes down to that, too.
Yeah, I mean, but their messed up situations span way deeper than just something like that. Like, you have, say, Adrian Peterson, who child abuse is still allowed to play, even though the court case is over and whether. You had, what's his name? He was the running back for the Ravens, assault on a female.
Oh, Ray Rice.
Big profile case, but yet he's still allowed. I mean, it's like you're protecting these guys that are getting constantly criminally charged with crap and allowing them to play. And it's not just them. It's like baseball had the drug conspiracy for a good while and so on. And my thing is, like, if you had a team owner who sat down and was like, okay, you got busted for cocaine, let's say. Until your court case is heard, you're on the bench with half your pay. If you're found guilty, you're on the bench the rest of the season, zero pay. How many of them would then go out and be like, you know what, dude, I don't want to chance my career right now?
I remember something a long time ago with, you know who Rafael Palmeiro is, right? I remember it was like a long time ago where he actually went out in court and said, like, I did not take performance-enhancing drugs. I will tell you that much right there. And he said it straight up to the court's face. And, oh my God, like, I think it was like the day later or 2 days later, they caught him with performance-enhancing drugs, which was weird. Shadow, thank you for the host, man.
Yeah, and then on top of that, like, you had the stuff with Brady, which, of course, everyone wants to take down the Patriots, cheating and all that crap. But my thing was, it's like they proved that you had knowledge of it, you had text message of it, and so on. But when you were punished by the rules of the NFL, instead of just saying, you know what, you caught me, I'm going to deal with it. No, you went and had a federal judge overturn a ruling, which, by the way, they have no jurisdiction over to do so.
That is so true. So why are they doing it? Obviously, just to help back up the pro athletes.
And then all of a sudden, like, here comes this federal judge. No, you're not allowed to do that to him. Well, okay, I'm sorry. We're going to let you play now. I'm like, no, grow a pair of freaking balls and say, Your Honor, no offense, but you have no jurisdiction.
Right? And there it is right there.
They violated the rules and regulations they agreed to in the contract. Therefore, we have the right to punish them.
Exactly. And that's why you see all these big-name superstars trying to, you know, at least try to get their name in there, you know. They want to play all these games, and they don't want to feel like, you know, a lost cause. How are we doing? We're doing good. Shadow, how are you doing, man? You should get into the party. We're having a really nice conversation.
We're bitching about high-paid sports players.
Bitching about high-paid sports players. I mean, if Cowboy Nick was still alive, I will get to Cowboy Nick here in a little bit. If he was still alive today,
we wouldn't be able to stop talking about it.
No. Cowboy Nick hated Tom Brady. He hated him. Oh my God, the hate for.
Oh, he's a brat.
No, I mean, just it was funny though, because he hated him, it was one of a kind. It was amazing.
Yeah, my thing against Brady, which I will say, because I have a lot of people pick him, you just hate him because he's I was like, no, I'm not taking away from his skill as a quarterback. He's a good quarterback. He's got talent.
Yeah, he's
But
got
he's
obviously
an arrogant
6
little
rings.
shit.
Yeah, he's got 6 rings to back it up. Obviously.
Yeah,
You will
but
just
he's
handle
still
this
an
stuff, I
arrogant
got
little
you.
bratty shit.
He is. Even for an old man, he's bratty.
Yeah, and even on the field, like even now, if you watch replays of games from last season,
Mm-hmm.
if he wants the flag thrown, all he has to do is go to the ref and like, there should have been a flag there. Oh, you're right, Mr. Brady. We apologize. And then they throw a flag. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
really? That's all it takes to get a flag thrown? As Brady walks up and said he wants one?
Oh, and just like the just remember the tuck rule back in 2001, and don't forget when I guess when Brady when his knee, somebody like hit him like right below the knee, I guess, and made him tear something, out. I don't remember what it was though. It was like
the chop block roll.
Yeah, the chop.
Or something?
Yeah, was all because of him that they made that new rule.
I think.
I mean, which makes
I think
sense
he
in a
was-
way. It makes sense in a way, so that way they
It
don't
does,
prevent
because if you hit them wrong, you can break both their legs.
Yeah.
So I'm not really upset over that one.
I'm not upset over that either.
I want to say the one about quarterbacks, especially where there's like extra penalty toward them if they even touch their head, was from Brady. I want to say it was. It's been a while since because remember they came out with the no contact to the helmet, but then they extended it to if anything touches the quarterback's head, it's like 50 yards and all this other crap. And I want to say I think it was a mix of Brady, Roethlisberger, and somebody else.
Yeah.
Complained about it.
I mean, in a sense, though, I mean, there's just at the end of the day, you're just gonna see a lot of these paid athletes, high-paid athletes that are like superstars that are extremely good. You're gonna try to see, especially with like ones with like big egos too. I mean, obviously, I loved Kobe. Even in the NBA, I loved Kobe Bryant. He was like one of my favorite basketball players, along with like Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, and all that. But I mean, even he got away with some calls though too. Like they gave away some calls that he would normally and honestly, that it's like same thing with LeBron James. Even Michael Jordan did a little bit of that too. But I feel like honestly, LeBron James is like the worst one out of all the 4 superstars. Just any sort of
sport. I had
sport.
a coach in high school. It's like my coach in high school said. He said one thing: if you continue in sports, college, professional, whatever, you will realize that referees have the worst eye care doctors ever because they don't see a damn thing.
Right? Absolutely right.
So, but what pains me with sports now is like I still pull for the teams that I pull for because they're from my state, or I see other teams and I'm like they got some good players. I kind of like watching them play. Like, yeah, I'm from Carolina, so I like the Carolina Panthers, but I used to like to watch the Ravens play because I liked how somebody played defense, or I liked how somebody caught and ran the ball and stuff like that. So I would cheer for one team, but I'd like to watch others. But the more I've watched, the more I'm like, y'all are so much about the money and not the sport now. It's sickening.
Right? And honestly, I can tell you this right now, and you basically hit the nail on the head. Money is a powerful thing. No matter if it comes to sports, politics, working, surviving, etc. Whoever has the most money will probably become toxic and will probably have the most ego. Like the biggest ego out there. And honestly, I was going to go to the NHL real quick, and they kind of... The NHL's not really that bad. You might get a couple bad apples here every so often, but even their calls are getting really, really bad too, in a way.
Yeah, and right now the NHL stands for not happy lately. So,
not happy lately. Well, maybe for Mattman's case, but and I'll get to that why here like in a couple minutes. But yeah, it's just at the end of the day, I know I've said that before, but I'll say it again.
Yeah, and I actually remember. I don't know if you remember, but I remember the hockey strike where they refused to play until they upped their pay, and that kind of goes back to the money thing. But to me, in a way,
I think the MLB had that also. It was like a long time ago too. I don't remember.
But it
was like 1 year. I don't remember what year it was.
Players that went on strike because they're like, "Hey, we're not making as much as the same guy that plays the same position or whatever, make it fair across the board. But the NHL, they played more games than, say, football. They're more likely to get hurt than football because of how much they fight. They literally are allowed to fight. They don't rush in and, hey, guys, break up, or you're going to the locker. They let them just brawl. And they finally you know what? We're not even making $200,000 a year. And these guys have more rules to protect them than anything in the world. And they're, hey, we want you to come in and catch a ball and run down the field with it. How much are you going to pay me a year? $4 million a year.
Yeah, right.
No, we're going on strike until you up our pay. This is bullshit. So
yeah, it's
I
like
kind of agreed with them.
Bunch of whiny little babies.
Well, the hockey players I agree with. Their sport, apart from rugby, is one of the more dangerous sports to play right now professionally.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They were one of the more
rugby
underpaid
players,
professional players.
you don't even have any pads or anything. Rugby's just freaking full out tackle, balls to the wall, balls in deep.
And I remember,
No,
I'm
Bill,
sure you
stop.
probably do, if you watch some of the games back in the 90s. Remember the one where they had to change by rule what the goalies wore around their neck?
Oh,
because
yeah. Hockey in the
impact
90s was so
his
huge.
skate- Well, remember when the guy got hit and he flipped and his skate caught the guy across the neck?
Oh, yeah.
goalie.
I remember that too. Yeah, that was a long time
I'm
ago.
That shows you just how dangerous that sport was. But yet at that time, the highest paid hockey player, I think, was Gretzky. But let's go just below him. The second highest was barely $1 million versus some of these NFL players at the time.
Yeah, you're
They literally
talking
had a guy
people
had his throat cut up on the
Mario Lemieux, Joe Sakic, Patrick Waugh, Martin Brodeur. I remember all those people back in the 90s. The 90s hockey was one of the golden age of
And
hockey.
they had some of the best fights, better than boxing.
Better than MMA, better than boxing.
Dear God, I kid you not. I remember watching a fight. I forgot who Gretzky's team was playing, and they wouldn't let Gretzky fight. So this guy, whenever somebody challenged him, he would take over and actually do the fight. But I remember watching the refs just hold them back and letting them brawl like a ring and beat the shit out of each other.
I remember those days too.
I said, aren't you all supposed to stop this? And then somebody had to say, no, they have it's a specific role on the team called the aggressor. When it's time to fight, to hype the team up, those two are the ones that always go at it. And then the more I watch hockey, the more I realize that's a role on the team. All right, they say, okay, this game you're the aggressor, and that's who fights. I was like, damn.
It kind of reminds me of an old Nintendo 64 game I had, one of my first Nintendo 64 games. Have you ever heard of Wayne Gretzky's 3D Hockey?
Oh, dude, I used to play it all the time.
Dude, I mean, it was the arcade mode was so funny. You just go around, just check certain people, and whenever you get pissed off, you would have a pissed off meter, and then that's where oh, a fight's about to go down, and then you have a fight bar like it's Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah,
and you would do
hilarious.
it was. It was one of the greatest
was,
hockey games ever.
Yeah, my brother, he and I were playing against each other in that game, and that was before I even knew who the Hurricanes were. I just started playing the game.
Well, yeah, the Hurricanes were. I don't think they were around back then.
I think they
were late
around,
90s, late 90s. I think early 2000s.
I think they were there, but they weren't a team yet because they were trying to figure out where they were going to be at and so on.
Here, I'll look it up. Carolina Hurricanes.
I want to say it was mid 90s, late 90s.
Yeah, I was gonna say late 90s, maybe early 2000 debut. Carolina Hurricanes debut. Let's see. Okay, obviously they've had one Stanley Cup, so let me look this up here right now. I feel like it's there's a hockey team. Okay, so they were the Hartford Whalers at first, and then they relocated to North Carolina in '97. So yeah, it was late '90s. So yeah, I forgot about that. They were originally they were the Hartford Whalers at one point. I remember the old Hartford Whalers jerseys. They used to be so dope.
Yep.
But anyways,
my brother and I were playing the game, and then it got to the fight bit, and so we were brawling, and you see the life meters going down, and then he hits me, and he's like, "All right, how do you do the fatality?" I was like, "This isn't Mortal Kombat, dumbass."
You do the fatality where you just sitting there like, just like woozy. You just punch him to death. Not to death, but like, I would just knock him
you
out.
see like Gretzky in the game, like finish him. He's just sitting there spinning in the circle.
He just grabs a hockey stick with like bullet blades and just whoosh, just stabs him. Oh my god!
And then here comes Happy Gilmore with a skate. I'm gonna stab you to death.
You're gonna die, clown. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
But anyways, speaking of NHL, I want to get to some of the scores here really quick. So after the Sharks beating the Avalanche 3-2 in Game 7, they actually took Game 1 from the Blues in San Jose. So Game 2, that will be tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And yeah, they won 6-3. And Game 2, let's talk about Game 1 and 2, because your Hurricanes are down 0-2. Speaking of which, they're down 0-2 against the Bruins, and they look like they're pretty strong. They're giving you guys a run. So
well, the Bruins are a strong team, but they're even stronger at home. Mm-hmm. So Hurricanes having to play them at home, I kind of figured they were going to lose at least those 2 games. Mm-hmm. But the Bruins are still overall, collective-wise and teamwork-wise, I think they're better than the Hurricanes. So even though I'm a Hurricanes fan, I will have to admit I think the Bruins are going to come out on top in that series.
Okay. But I feel like they might take at least a couple of games. Maybe it'll be like 2-2. I'm like 3 to. I think they'll take Game 3 and 4. In my personal opinion.
Well, those we played at the Hurricanes' home rink, so if any, those should be played. But if they can pull off to hold out until Game 6, then they would have a chance to take the lead, because Game 6 will be played at Hurricanes' rink as well.
Yeah, and I want to talk about the Sharks here really quick, because I think the Blues goalie was like a rookie and a backup, so that's why the Sharks lit up the Blues. So I think
you can.
Yeah, I mean, the story was, I don't remember what happened to the original starting goalie, but the rookie goalie was in, gave up 6 goals to the Sharks, and I'm just like, yeah, what did you expect, man? Obviously, I mean, the Sharks have had a really, really good season now. They got a couple of young players, veterans, Joe Thornton, obviously, for example, and then Pavelski's the other guy, the 2 major Joes on that team, pun intended. So, yeah, I just feel, they're obviously the second best team in the West. Obviously, the Flames got knocked out by the Avalanche, and then the Sharks knocked them out. So, I feel if the Sharks just play their cards right, and they get together and say, okay, what do we have to do to succeed? They obviously put their guys, they do the how they do the exchanges, right? So they just do the exchange right, and they play good defense, stay away from penalties, and I feel like honestly they'll definitely win this game. I feel like they'll win in maybe 6 games, but you never know. I mean, San Jose went the distance between Colorado and obviously Las Vegas, which of course that miraculous comeback when Pavelski got hurt when he landed on his head, which of course Matt Man's still mad about, but that's how it works. Obviously, I mean it was a pretty bad call though. I will give him that, but it's just that if you rely on a certain call, though, if you rely on a certain call, I mean, it's not going to get you anywhere. But I mean, honestly, in a way, though, I feel like the Sharks are going to win in 6 games. And for the Bruins and the Hurricanes, I know it's a little bit late for a prediction, but I feel like the Bruins will probably win in 6. It'll be a Bruins Sharks Stanley Cup Finals, which I don't know I know the Sharks are the second best team in the West, but I don't know about the Bruins record personally. I mean, I'll probably look it up here right now.
And I don't know how you feel, but for whatever reason, I feel like that teal colored jersey for the Sharks is just really badass with the shark biting the hockey stick.
The teal jerseys are actually awesome. I've always liked their jersey colors. I've actually been to a Sharks game before in the past. Yeah. Hockey games are really fun to go to. I need to go to more.
I like the original Ducks jersey where it had that goalie mask in the shape of a duck bill. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, so
And
that's...
I saw they just started selling those again too, so I'm probably going to get one just out of nostalgia.
All right, so that's 107. Okay, so the Bruins have 107. So let's see. I'm trying to look and see. Okay, Western Conference. Okay, so that means that the Bruins did win. They'll have home ice in the Stanley Cup Finals if they were to play. So that's just a little bit of an update. So yeah, I'm looking at. I kind of do want to see the Hurricanes, try to at least pull off the upset. It'd be pretty dope to do because I feel honestly, it's always been like Bruins this, Boston's becoming like the best part of sports, and blah blah blah. I mean that's the thing. You had the Red Sox winning the World Series. I don't want to talk about that. Patriots winning the Super Bowl. Don't want to talk about that either because both my teams were in there. And yeah, taking back-to-back L's, especially. See, that's the thing, though. As a fan, I feel so much pain. Like as a sports fan, for like the past couple of years. What's up, Matt? Man, how are you? So we've had 2017 L in the World Series. 2018 last year, another L in the World Series against the Red Sox. So that was kind of that kind of hit me to my core too. And the Super Bowl, my Rams, obviously I have a Rams shirt on. I am a Rams fan. I don't have any words for that. Even though our defense did show up to play, we lost to another Boston team and our offense just was nowhere to be seen. So I don't want to talk about that either.
He was just too young to win a Super Bowl as a quarterback.
Yeah, true. But he'll definitely get the butterflies out like sooner or later. But I don't know, like the whole Boston being the superior sports town. I don't want to see that happening.
Money buys talent.
Exactly. You've heard it first, boys. Money does buy talent. You said it right there. And let's see. Basketball. Okay, well the Celtics aren't going to do anything. They already got knocked out by Milwaukee. Thank God.
Team?
Well, they've actually been not too bad recently, even though I hate the Celtics because I'm a Laker fan. So the rivalry's kind of there between the West Coast, East Coast rivalry. And yeah, I mean, thank God that's actually, even 3 out of 4 Boston teams winning it all for like throughout the sports season, I would not.
Hi, Mama Pug.
Hi, Mama Pug ice cream. Shout out to Mama Pug on Mother's Day. So everybody give her love and support. That's all that matters most at the end of the day. So anyways, yeah, Matt, I was going to try to get you on into the party, but you can't get in. You had some topics for me that you wanted to discuss basketball-wise, but you're probably still occupied at the moment. Yeah, just put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Because we were talking about NBA players and how money and egos and talents and getting bad calls ruins everything. Happy Mother's Day, Mama Pug. That's the chat. She says thank you. But anyway, so like I said, Shadow said he'll be running a bit late here in a little bit. So you're still at the mom's house? I got you. Yeah, you have to. It's Mother's Day. It's definitely Mother's Day for the fellas. Wait, let me see. Oh wait, no, the group chat for the podcast is okay, that's what it was. Okay. You forgot to end it with ice cream. Ice cream. Actually, I have some ice cream I'm going to have here in a little bit. Right now, I'm going to have this juicy watermelon for the boys.
Watermelon.
Watermelon ice cream. Actually, that sounds really good. I don't know why.
Yeah, I've actually had some before. I forgot who made it. It wasn't too bad.
No, I feel the best ice cream, honestly. We went from a sports show to an ice cream segment real fast. So, yeah. So mint chocolate chip will always be. Mint chocolate chip is always number one. Daiquiri ice from Baskin Robbins, that's also up there too. Chocolate chip cookie dough, and then the other one, like you said, rainbow sherbet. That's another one. And
Rocky Road.
What was the other Baskin Robbins flavor? It was like blueberry something. Yeah, margarita. Was it margarita ice? I'm not sure. No, daiquiri ice was the green one. Yeah, daiquiri ice was the green one. Daiquiri ice. Oh my god, that was so good at Baskin Robbins.
What the heck was the blue one?
You haven't had daiquiri ice and a
what the
rainbow
blue
sherbet
was.
combined. I mean, you had no childhood. You literally had no childhood.
Yep.
I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I have to say that I think like it was actually very good, even though I've never had it before that I tried. It was orange sherbet, but it was made with goat's milk instead of the normal way. It was actually pretty damn good.
That's an interesting combo. Very interesting combo. I mean, I would.
My cousin raised goats, and he said, "Hey, try this." He just made it homemade ice cream. I was like, "Damn, this is delicious!" And he said, "Yeah, it's made with goat's milk." Like, you're shitting me.
Cookies and cream is pretty damn good too. I'll throw that out there, especially if you put it with chocolate syrup and then just like put it with a couple of strawberries on top. Peppermint's also another good one. Yeah, peppermint's more of a seasonal thing though. Yeah, that's like more around the winter time. I remember one time, I actually had peppermint with chocolate syrup. As usual, I'll put like syrup on ice cream sometimes. Yeah, and marshmallows with it too. Oh my god, it was like, this is gonna be well, I can't say it because she's here, but it was pretty good.
Gonna be a what, Kyle?
Should I say it? Should I say it? Should I say it?
Let's put it this way. Will it be a PG, PG-13, or rated R?
Rated R.
All right, it's a porno.
Well, if it was a porno, it would be rated X. Well, Lou felt disrespected by the Lakers, offering Lou 3 years and 18. Yeah, that's what I saw. Like, I know Tyronn Lue's not the Lakers coach. You said somebody about being the Lakers coach, but I forgot who it was. But yeah, 3 years and 18 million just for that. I mean, dang. I mean, I probably would ask for more money too, honestly, if it was me.
Yeah.
Frank Vogel is the new Lakers head coach, and Jason Kidd's the assistant. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how LeBron's gonna feel about that. Because, I mean, I still have a love-hate relationship with LeBron. Everybody's known that by now. Everybody's known that, you know, I've had, you know, past situations where we had to end up going up against LeBron, and not fun. So yeah, this is why.
You hate him when he's not on your team, but love him when he is.
Well, I mean, he's on my team. Yeah, I get that, but I'm saying like it's just, I don't know. I still have a love-hate relationship. I mean, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. I mean, if he can get like a ring, maybe like one ring, maybe I'm cool with that. But I mean, who knows at this point? I mean, I want them to improve and turn around, you know, as a team. I mean, they do have the squad to do it. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel like, you know, it's gonna take like a couple years. And Burning Shadow sounds like a meme I would hear off YouTube.
I mean, that was supposed to be a cop noise, but you know.
Wait, did you say cop noise or cock noise? I couldn't hear you.
I said cop noise. Like
I thought you said cock noise. I'm like, what the hell? What did you say?
Of course, Kyle would have cock on his mind, but you know.
Hey, get your mind out of the gutter. That's not what I meant. I meant cockadoodle. Cockadoodle-doo.
You and Bill are one and the same. You're two sides of the same coin.
Actually, that'd be Batman. You got me confused with him.
Maybe you and Batman are two sides of the same coin.
But
anyway, what topic are we on?
You're
Sex.
about a good we're on sex. We're on the sex topic right now. You already know. But
Okay.
Burning Shadow, he just arrived, folks. He is 45 minutes late, but better late than never.
Yeah, better late than never. Hey, there's a good excuse. It's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all you guys.
Well, I'm not a mom, first of all, but to Mama Pug, you can say it too.
How do you know?
I'm saying that to everybody. I don't care.
That's right. Earlier we were talking. Said, "Oh, and happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there." I was like, "Wait, I just noticed how that sounded."
But yeah, happy Mother's Day to all you guys.
You better. Okay, so I think I told Penguin this. I actually told everybody this earlier on the show. I don't know if you heard this, Shadow. I was gonna take her to go to the movies, but her allergies were acting up, Mama Pug. So we're gonna go Tuesday to see Detective Pikachu. That's where we're gonna go, and I'm paying for the entire
that movie
thing.
was coming out in June, unless I get that confused with Toy Story 4.
Yeah, Toy Story 4. That and Aladdin. I think Aladdin might be coming out in June also. I'm not sure. So I know Toy Story 4 is coming out in June.
Did you guys talk about the basketball playoffs already?
Yes,
Yep.
we did.
You're late.
We already did, but
Okay.
it's okay though, because you're celebrating over the fact that you boys are going to go up against Portland, out of all teams.
Yeah, which they got swept by us last playoffs.
Well, last playoffs don't mean a damn thing, honestly.
Yeah, Pokemon Detective Pikachu came out this past.
Yeah,
Friday
that's why I hate it when people bring up that 3-1 blowout that we blew that 3-1 lead. There you go, Kyle just said it himself.
He just blew.
Playoffs back then don't matter.
Well, yeah, obviously you're absolutely right. They don't matter, and it's the NBA. Even your series wins don't matter. It's a complete new set of games. Even though they do kind of keep track, 4 and then 8, and then obviously 16 wins just to win a NBA title. So
And 12 wins to win the World Series trophy.
So I was telling Penguin this. I feel like the Warriors will win in 6 games.
Yeah,
I think they'll represent the West spot. But I just feel like I was talking about them with this earlier. Your guys' bench is. I'm not saying it's trash. It's very shorthanded, as I've noticed.
No, it is.
It is
And
very
we don't
shorthanded.
have KD no more.
Yeah, I mean, what's his status though? Like, what's his situation?
The situation? I haven't.
Yeah, like
kept
his
up with
injury.
it yet. I do know that he is down. So.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask
Make it
Mama
sound like-
Pug.
make it sound
Ask the
like he died,
lifeline.
but no, he's not down. He's not dead.
No, he's not. Wait, what's his situation? KD's situation with his injury, Mama Pug. No, like KD's injury. What was? Have you heard anything about that or no?
I don't think he might.
It was mild calf surgery. Oh, mild calf strain. That's what it was. I knew it had something to do with the leg, but I mean, it doesn't sound too serious. But that is, it can mean a lot of different things, though.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh wait, they're gonna do what now?
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna return to the team and finish out the playoffs. I could see him sitting out the rest of the playoffs.
Yeah, if it turns out to be that serious, then yeah, I mean he's a big part of that squad, and to have him go down, I mean,
yeah,
of course.
There was a YouTuber that tweeted out something, and this is word for word what he tweeted out. The Warriors won, but at what cost?
Yeah, he definitely said. I mean, I've seen Swag XBL talk about that. I've seen Dr. Disrespect talk about that on Twitter also.
But at the same time, I'm like, just because we lost KD doesn't mean we're gonna lose.
Well, obviously not. Well, obviously not. I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
but you have those.
It's like the Lakers when they had
Warrior
Bynum.
fans that are dick riding that wave, saying that, "Oh, KD's down, the Warriors are done." I'm like, no, they're not.
Well, it was like with Bynum, when Bynum had the injury, when the Lakers had that all-star, well, all that all-star caliber, and
It's
honestly,
gonna
a
take
bench.
more than one player to eliminate. us.
Yeah. It was.
It's gonna take more than
It's
that.
like the same thing that happened with Andrew Bynum when he was on the Lakers a long time
Yeah,
ago.
I remember that.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, man.
Magic obviously. Well, we beat the Magic, I think, without Bynum, and then obviously with the Celtics with Bynum on our team.
Yep.
That 20-point plus miraculous comeback against the Celtics, which was
Oh man.
Ron Artest. I remember it to this day, like when Kobe passed the ball to Ron Artest, and Ron Artest like, "No, Ron, what are you doing? Drive the bat." And then when he makes it, like, "Oh my God, he actually made the three." And that's what kind of, oh my God, which. I mean, Kobe did the right thing. He facilitated, passed it off to give the trust to his teammates, and then hand down, man down. Freaking I still have that in my head. Freaking Mark Jackson, my God. Mama, there
Speaking
goes
of-
that man.
Now that we're back on the topic of baseball, what is going on with Steph Curry's wife?
I haven't heard much with Steph Curry's wife, honestly, but
I heard she was cheating or something.
I don't know. That's like first I've heard about that. But
Yeah, that's the first time I heard about that. Twitter was blowing up about it. I'm like, what is going on? I still don't even know.
yeah. I mean,
I just saw it
honestly,
all over the feed.
It's really one of the things where it can be true, it can not be true, but then again, we look at pro athletes or their spouses. At this point, cheating is a part of their history, so I really don't care to hear.
mhm.
Yeah.
It's just like
True.
with Tiger Woods in his situation way back when, with the mistress and his wife and all that. But like I said, shout out to Tiger Woods for winning the 2019
Oh, yeah.
Masters comeback player. I mean, everybody and their mother wanted him to win, and obviously made golf relevant. I mean, I've always watched golf. I mean, I've played it before, and it's pretty fun to play, just to chill out and relax. But
It's pretty much like the exact opposite of baseball. You're hitting something on the ground, the way you have your stance.
hey, what's up, company? How are you, man? Welcome to the stream.
Well, the thing with
I always
golf is
looked
you're
at
not
golf.
trying to...
The exact opposite of
Love your
baseball.
channel. Well, I love you for stopping by. You
Well, the
guys
thing
make
with
it
golf
happen.
is you're not trying to beat the other players, you're trying to beat the course.
Yeah.
Exactly. And yeah, Penguin, you
Yeah.
said that like a couple weeks back too. I remember that.
I play Mario Tennis, I know.
Not Mario Tennis. What the hell? That has nothing to do with the golf. You mean Mario Golf? It's just you're not like
Oh, yeah,
and like
Mario
Penguin.
Golf.
Yeah, like just like what Penguin said.
Yeah.
You're not trying to beat the player. You're just trying to beat the course.
Yeah.
Well,
That'd be-
I knew
that'd
that
be funny
because
if you
I
had
was
to
actually
beat
on
the
my high
player.
school's varsity golf team.
Right.
Nice.
I tell
Are you good at golf?
Yeah, that was okay. It got me out of class. But
I mean, I was all right at
The
golf
toughest-
myself, but I was more good
Yeah,
at the
it-
short range game than I was, and the putting game
Yeah.
than I was at the long game. That was just me though.
But the toughest course I've played, we had a mini tournament in the mountains. That was a tough damn course.
In the mountains. I mean,
Yeah,
the
because, like,
elevation on
I
that
kid you
height of that ball. Holy hell.
On one tee,
Thank you, company.
The tee
Shout
was a
out,
par
say it to Mama
five.
Pug. You gotta say it to Mama Pug, though.
yep, the tee that we were on was a par 5, but you could make it to the green with a 5-iron because it was such a steep slope down to the green, but people would always overshoot it.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I want to say, from the tee, the stairs you had to go down to get to the green was 95 to 100. And then it would plateau, and then it was another 95 to 100. It was almost like 5 stories down.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty far down.
Yeah, like I said, it was. And you're sitting there like, should I just grab a putter and see if it just rolls to the green and goes in the cup or something?
Yeah, I mean, I probably would have done like a soft tap. If it's downhill, if it's like 5 stories down, you obviously when it's downhill, just don't even hit it that hard. Just like just like tap it down and see where it goes. Especially like it's on a tailwind too going down. That'll be even worse.
And then on another hole, it was straight and it was a par 4, but the problem was, even though it was a straight shot and it wasn't really downhill or uphill, the fairway was slanted at a 90-degree angle from right to left.
Holy crap.
So you're like, really? You sons of bitches.
He's like, really, man? I don't know what to do.
This last shot, though, by Toronto was crazy.
Yeah.
I can't believe Toronto won like that. They did the 76ers dirty.
Oh,
right
so
for
the
that.
Raptors did beat the 76ers. Oh boy, let me see.
Oh my God, you should see that shot, Kyle.
I'll have to take a look at it off.
I can only imagine. They
All
did
right.
them dirty.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
Yeah, so they actually won by 2 points. Holy hell, that was a close-ass
Oh
game.
my God. That could have gone either way.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about a very close game.
Yeah, oh, that's who it was. The Sinks game winner to beat Sixers. Oh, hold on. I gotta see this.
And of all games,
Howie
it
Leonard.
had to be
Oh
Game
my-
7 to make it that slow, to make it that close.
I mean, hey, if you want something dramatic, then bam, there you go.
Jesus Christ! I think the playoffs this year are a lot better than last year. I will say that much. A lot of Game 7s.
Well, it's not just a lot of Game 7s with that, but hockey kind of have a little bit of its fair share, too.
Same. I think 2019/2018 playoffs is the year of Game 7.
It's the year of
Seems like
Game
it
7
anyway.
story modes.
Yeah, this is the story of Game 7. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Blues and the Sharks go 7 games. Because we just won Game 1 last night.
Well, like I said, the rookie goalie they put in for the Blues, I guess they're starting. I was talking about Penguin about this earlier too. Their starting goalie was, I guess he was kind of hurt. I guess I don't know what the story was, but yeah, their rookie goalie came in, and then they just started. They just lit him up for 6 goals.
Well, like I said, take advantage while you can.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Any team will take advantage of any mistake or, you know.
Any
That's
dire
why I want-
situation.
even during
Yeah.
the regular season, when they pull
And
the
most of the
goalie
time
and
it'll
leave the
pay
goal
off.
wide open.
It will pay off most of the time.
Mm-hmm. And if it pays off at the end, then you are one step closer to obtain. I mean, because that's what it's all about recently. It's just grabbing the opportunity, seizing it, and just just taking advantage. And if you take advantage, in any kind of game, like on a certain situation, you got to exploit the weak point. That's basically what sports is all about. You got to find the opponent's weakness
only imagine.
and just
wallets.
expose it. Yeah.
I can only
wallets.
imagine how 76ers fans feel right now after seeing that shot. They gotta be so mad.
Oh, yeah, the big fat rip and an L for them.
Yeah.
They're as mad as the fans during the, what was it called?
So what's the matchup?
Refs Seattle game.
So
it's
it's
Toronto
gonna
against who?
Toronto against Milwaukee, and then obviously the Warriors against Portland. That's gonna be the finals. Eastern
okay, well, my
Finals.
prediction's more than likely gonna be Milwaukee and Golden State. I'm pretty sure all three of us can agree. Well, I don't know about Penguin later. I don't know.
I feel honestly that I know the Warriors. I say will go to 6, but I feel like that series is gonna go to 7.
Against
very
Portland
possible.
for sure.
Yeah. Well, Warriors
I'd
in
say
6.
6 or 7.
I feel the Bucks would probably win in 7 games though. I feel like I mean, that series
Really?
is like a
Against the
seesaw.
Raptors?
Yeah, I mean it's like a seesaw with both teams. I feel like it could go either way.
Well, yeah. I'm thinking 6 or 7 for both series, to be honest.
Okay, all right. So 7 series, 7 games. I got you, brother.
What about
Really?
Penguinator? What do you think?
Really, the teams right now that are still in it, of course, they're very good, but it's going to come down to their strategy, how well they play their defense, how well they slow the game down to help them out, and how they
Kyle
strategize
said,
their
Our
rotations.
bench is not
to-
all that great.
But no, like I'm saying, that's where the strategy comes in for the rotations. It's like, when can we risk taking our starter off so he can catch a breather and letting this other person come in?
Mm-hmm.
At what point can we risk it?
Right.
So it's really going to come down to strategy with the teams, and whoever has the better strategy, of course, will end up winning the series.
And there you go, right there.
And
So,
there it is.
and that's gonna be that's the sports part of the show. So
Tuesday
I
at 6,
do want
game
to.
one.
I do
The
want to
Hornets.
talk about. Oh my god! Talk about the
God.
Hornets. Oh my god! So
Not in this lifetime, anyway.
Anyway, so I do want to go to some video game news here real quick. I want to, as I said earlier, even earlier on Twitter too. So Nintendo of America announced that Nintendo revealed its E3 2019 plans on Thursday, confirming that it will broadcast a new Nintendo Direct presentation on June 11th at 9
Which
a.m.
I'm excited for.
9 a.m. Pacific time to officially open up this year's expo. So basically, they're as they're calling it, it will focus on entirely on the software and will offer a look at games scheduled to launch in 2019. And that description appears to be, a reinforced declaration that Nintendo won't talk about a new model of its Switch console at E3. So the supposed lineup, which this could change obviously, so keep in mind this could change. So the lineup that they are trying to announce, obviously Super Mario Maker 2, Pokemon Sword and Shield will be another one, Luigi's Mansion 3, Zelda Link's Awakening was going to be another one, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, that's right up Penguin's alley, and it was like, I don't remember, I think they might do I don't see Animal Crossing on there, but they were talking about maybe they might do Animal Crossing, which obviously, actually, you know what, never mind, I do see Animal Crossing, I didn't really see that. So, yeah, Animal Crossing for Nintendo Switch, which obviously there's been speculation and hype around that. And
do you think we should do like some sort of talk on June 9th? That's on a Sunday, but 2 days before the Direct.
That would actually not be a bad idea. I want to get at least somebody, like at least you and of course Penguin. I want to try to talk to some people about that.
Best believe I'm gonna be there. Best
So,
believe.
So and here's
That's 4 weeks from now.
Yeah, we're actually a month away from that, which is pretty damn cool. So I'm actually super excited to see what Nintendo has to offer, since I am a Nintendo fanboy myself, so I can kind of relate to that. So Nintendo will also hold its traditional Nintendo Treehouse live stream at E3. So the details on that, they're trying to figure out when they're going to announce that as well. So basically, what they didn't specify what games will be playable or will call out as the main focus of the booth, as it does through the previous years. Of course, Zelda Breath of the Wild. Obviously, Smash Brothers Ultimate was another one. It's trying something new basically this year, and the company is really offering the fans the reduced wait times for select Nintendo games that they reserve a Warp Pipe Pass, and the pass is so what that is basically the pass is free, but it requires a Nintendo account in order to reserve one. So there's going to be some more details coming on that soon, and then after that, well, I mean, this is like way before the actual E3 stuff. Nintendo will host a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate World Championship 3v3. And they're going to do a Splatoon 2 World Championship, which actually we talked about Splatoon earlier. Well, not earlier, but like last week, Flames actually brought that up. Or was that Flames or was that you?
It was me.
Okay, yeah, I knew it was one of you two.
I told you that one game that did have my interest for a while was Splatoon.
Yeah, Splatoon actually does look pretty fun. I feel like if I had a Switch, I would definitely play that for sure. So those tournaments are going to be held Saturday, June 8th. So, and they're going to provide more details as that comes along. So, if that doesn't hype you up for Nintendo E3, I don't know what will. Honestly,
I'm pretty sure the week of June 9th to the 16th.
They say Nintendo, the original game system that taught kids that blowing something could get it to work. I remember that. I remember that just as well as anyone else. Pause.
Yeah, pause. Major pause on that.
But he does have a point though. All those old cartridges, I used to just go
like blowing out.
Yeah.
Remember the best part of all that? What did it say on the back of the cartridge box? Do not blow on this cartridge.
But yet blowing on it
and
anyways.
That was the only thing that got the damn thing to work.
Right?
No, there was another way. I don't know if you ever did this,
but
if you took a Q-tip and some alcohol and cleaned the cartridge, it actually works too.
Mm-hmm.
Alcohol on the Q-tip.
I never did that. I never did that. Whoop.
Yeah, I did that too. It works.
No, I'm saying like I never did that. I just did the original, just
blowing on it.
That actually, I forgot who it was. Somebody recommended that every 6 months for your game cartridges for Nintendo to keep them clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to keep them clean. Sometimes they won't work. unless you clean them.
Mm-hmm.
So unless you're that one weird kid that you'll think that the game is broken, which it's not, you have to clean it. You just throw it away in the
Yeah.
trash for whatever reason.
Yeah, but I think Batman
Yeah,
learned his
Mom,
lesson.
Did Batman learn his lesson? Wait,
Oh.
what was that supposed
Is
to
that a
mean?
shot at Batman?
I mean, we
No,
take shots
that
at
was a
Matt's.
cannonball.
That was a cannonball. That was a cannonball. I mean, if the Jackbox,
I'm like, okay.
Jackbox memories.
Oh wait, we're talking about Nintendo. That was Donkey Kong throwing the barrel.
Oh yeah, the old Donkey Kong, the old school arcade Donkey Kong. I remember they used to make an original. They
was a fun
reimagined. Well, not reimagined, but they actually had one for the regular. You know, the big Game Boys that you had with the yeah, because they made
Oh, I
remade the
remember.
Donkey Kong from the arcade
Yeah.
on that, and they added more levels to that. So there were like 9 levels throughout the
Those
game.
games were those Game Boys were mainly popular for Pokemon at the time.
Well, it
Yeah.
wasn't just for that. The Game Boy came out like way
It was,
before, you know, Pokemon came out. It was like 8
Yeah, but
years.
most of the time, if you ever saw someone with the Game Boy, it was mostly for Pokemon.
Oh yeah, no question about that. It was,
Most-
That was like,
Game
I
Boy
wanna say it was like
Color
2 years or
and
3
Game Boy
years
Advance.
afterwards,
Yeah.
but Game Boy, the top games for it were Donkey Kong and Tetris.
Yeah, Tetris was one.
Tetris was pretty fun too.
Super Mario Land. I don't know why everybody hates on Super Mario Land. It was actually not a bad little game.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it for what it was, but it's
Yeah.
not one of my favorites.
I do
Yeah,
have a
it
funny
was-
story
that.
when it comes to Super Mario. Period. Okay, so do you remember when you grabbed the mushroom and it would make you grow that da-da-da-da-da noise?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so a guy at the place I used to work at before I got this state job, he was 5 even, maybe a little shorter, and he walked in. He had that noise set to his text message alert. So right when somebody told him because he made a bad joke, they said, "Why don't you grow up?" His text message goes da-da-da-da-da, and I lost it.
Oh,
I would have died laughing too. I would have died laughing.
That would have been perfect timing.
It
Oh.
was like
Perfect
it's one of those
time
things,
moment.
like the perfect timing of the universe, and I was just like, I had to go into another room and shut the door. I couldn't hold it in. I was about to die.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
Oh man.
That must have been like one of the top 10 funniest moments you've had in a long time.
Yeah, made it even funnier. He was a firefighter, so when his buddy came back, he said, "What was so funny?" I was like, "I was waiting to see if he was going to get the flower of fire."
Oh
Oh my god.
And just the
I'm on
I was waiting
fire.
for the friggin'
I'm
the
on
one up. I'm on fire.
Yeah.
When Ricky Bobby and Super Mario combined for an epic collab. Imagine if Mario like threw the fireball at Ricky Bobby and
Like,
Ricky
you're
Bobby was
powered
like,
by
"I'm on
we are
fire!"
Captain Big Newton.
I'm on
Oh my
fire.
god. Oh my god. But
Dang.
That'd be his new. That'd be like a special attack. I'm on fire.
I'm on fire. Oh my god.
Redneck Captain Planet. I'm on fire.
Oh my god.
Oh man. But anyways, so
funny.
talking about old school Game Boy games. Obviously we're talking about Pokemon Red. I mean, it used to be Pokemon Red and Green before, you know,
Yeah.
Pokemon Red and
Yeah,
Blue came
Red
out.
and
Green
Blue,
was the
Yellow,
Japanese
Brown.
version. Yeah, but no, Yellow was the Pikachu one from the actual Well, it's an anime, but it was cartoon. You know, same shit. But
People still played it.
yeah, but my favorite Pokemon game, like this is like a 3-way. Well, it's actually a 2-way tie. Pokemon Crystal was obviously for tied for number 1,
Is
and
it because
one of my
of
favorite.
Suicune?
And no, it's not because of Suicune. It's because of the story and the sequel and how they did an amazing job with the sequel. And number
Okay, I was gonna
2,
say.
well, Suicune's my favorite legendary. You already know that. And
Yeah.
number 2 is Pokemon Emerald, hands down. Like the way they
Rayquaza's a badass,
it's
especially in the remake.
Wait, who was a badass?
Rayquaza.
Oh yeah, when they had his own little side
Yeah.
post story right at the end, that they kind of mixed that up a little bit, the Delta story or
Oh, the
whatever.
remake?
Yeah, But yeah, I feel like
Have you played
Emerald.
the remakes?
I've only played Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. I want to play the remakes though. They do
Come
seem.
on, Kyle, you're missing
I'm,
out.
I'm slacking. I know. I played a
God
little
damn it,
of.
Kyle.
God damn it, Kyle. I mean, I played a little of X and Y on Cowboy Nick's. He had a 3DS, obviously. That was a long
I was
time
about
ago.
to say something so
God-
weird just now.
God bless his soul, by the way. We're gonna talk about
know what I was
him
gonna
here in
say?
a little bit. Wait, what? What?
It kind of
I
worries
was gonna
me.
say, how am I gonna call you my Pokemon buddy if you've never played every game?
Oh, you were gonna call me out on that bullshit, huh? You were gonna call
Yeah.
me out. Oh, you. Well, I mean,
God
you've
damn
called
it.
me out for like everything else in the book, so I mean, I kind of
Yeah.
welcome anything, honestly. But anyways, yeah, I played a
you're
little
pretty
bit.
Open.
Yeah, I'm pretty open to playing anything though. I mean, I wouldn't mind it honestly. Like, I'm gonna try to once I save up enough, and then I'll try to go for Sword and Shield, obviously. Which we haven't found any news on that, people. Don't worry,
Which,
but
yeah.
maybe
This
in a month
reminds
from
me
now
of-
we'll find out
This reminds
something.
me of Ultra Sun and Moon, where we didn't get a whole lot of news.
I kind of hope it stays that way, because I was talking to somebody a while back saying that this person obviously doesn't want to look at any spoilers or anything, or like new upcoming stuff. Like, they want to play the game for themselves and then just to see what they can expect. Like, just
Yeah, but when
just that
Ultra
act
Moon-
of surprise,
But when
being surprised about it. Dr. Mario,
when
oh
Ultra
my
Sun
god,
and
this
Moon
guy said
come-
Dr. Mario. Jesus Christ.
hey, the Dr. Mario game from 64 was good. I liked it.
I'm talking about for Game Boy, the
Yeah,
original.
Game Boy. Yeah, the original one.
64
my God.
version was fun though. Don't sleep on that.
Kirby.
Oh my god. that just came out of nowhere. But yeah, but yeah, going back to the conversation though, Shadow. Like, I mean, I understand where the person's coming from. Like, they want to play the game and with, without knowing any knowledge whatsoever. They want to expect the adventure, just by seeing it for themselves. And I don't blame that person for doing that either.
Me neither. But when Ultra Sun and Moon was coming out, not a lot of people were excited.
Oh my god. Jesus criminy. But
Because they threw everything into that game, but a lot of people didn't really care for it that much.
yeah, the Ultra Sun and Moon. I mean, it was basically the same storyline. Well, kind of the same storyline, but it was just like different starting trainers and different stories and characters and all that.
Yeah,
That
not
was
a
the
lot
only
of people
thing.
are excited, and it was like the last 3DS game they've ever made. And I really do miss. I am gonna miss the fact that they're not gonna be making Pokemon games for the 3DS anymore. And I saw this everywhere. I saw this on Twitter. I saw it on Facebook. I saw it on Instagram. That people are gonna miss it.
Yeah, well, obviously. I mean, I miss Pokemon games on
nostalgic.
the old Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, all that jazz.
Because you remember when the very first Pokemon games to come out for the DS were 4th gen?
Yeah,
Diamond
I played that on an emulator. I mean, I have that. I have a Let's Play of that and Heart Gold and
I
Soul
saw
Silver.
pictures of people bringing it up, like they're gonna miss it. And when Diamond and Pearl came out, I was like,
Diamond and
12
Pearl
years
came
old at the
out.
time.
Diamond and Pearl came out when I was doing my thing on YouTube. Like, I just started up my YouTube channel, and that's how it came out.
Yeah.
And I saw a lot of
Yeah,
people
I was
doing
12 years
Pokemon
old at the
Wi-Fi.
time.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of Pokemon Wi-Fi battles, and I was just looking at it and be like, "Holy shit! I mean, I want to kind of like try this out." That's how I kind of started up my YouTube channel, was through Pokemon Wi-Fi battles, and I still upload Pokemon content to this day, though, obviously. But yeah, that's how I got into that, because Wi-Fi battles are super fun, especially on Platinum and Heart
I
Gold.
want to battle
Soul-
you.
Yeah, so you put notifications on Twitter. Oof.
I'm gonna take this rivalry between you and I, because I'm gonna form one. It's gonna be in Pokemon. That's for sure.
Ooh, I will take your word for that. And maybe Sword and Shield one day, too, if I get everything taken care of.
Best believe you're gonna
There-
get this work.
Oh,
Best believe.
my dude.
Well, as soon as Kyle
experience.
gets the Switch,
Salaman, where
we're
you
gonna
at?
be doing a lot of Mario Kart battles.
Yeah, Mario. I'm going to add a lot of people on the Switch. I have tons and tons. Not just you guys, obviously. Well, I know Matt Man's going to be one of them. And a lot of people, a lot of Nintendo people I know on Twitter, I'm going to add them as well, and I'll probably see if we can work. Even Smash Brothers, too. Like, that's going to be lit also.
Yeah.
I need to start
I'll
playing. my
fight you in
Switch.
that game too.
I haven't played it in a while.
Yeah, like I think Zombie Cactus has a Nintendo Switch, like, and I think CJ Terry's Sinky. If you guys don't know who CJ Terry is, she's a old friend, old streamer on YouTube. You definitely need to go support her for the boys. You have a
my
Switch.
guinea pig says hi.
Oh, your guinea pig says hi. Well, tell your guinea pig I said hi back. I just go pug bark. Arf, arf. But you have a Switch.
She's like staring at me
Monica
right now.
likes it when I switch her. Bill, no,
Bill.
Bill.
Go back
Wait,
inside
but-
Kyle's body.
But anyways, Gas, do you really have a Switch, dude? You actually have a Nintendo? I know you don't. Just I was
I want
I was gonna say,
Monica tickled the pickle.
Monica. I switched on Monica. It's okay. Oh God,
Bill,
now
go
we're
back inside Kyle's body. Calm down.
not inside my body. The Batman brought it out of me. I am not here.
That didn't sound any better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That's funny. But anyways, yeah. Once I get a Switch, which we'll have to find some work in order to do that, which shouldn't really take me too long. You know, depending on the pay that I get once I find this, job that I'm looking
Come
for.
on.
I'm
Half a year has
crossing my.
gone by, Kyle. Come on now.
I'm crossing my. Well, not half a year. Half a year would be like June and all that.
June.
But
We're
Yeah,
almost
cross my
there.
fingers.
We're not that far.
oh, I'm busting my ass though. Believe me, you guys already know. But
Yeah, of course.
anyways, yeah, I gotta do it for the boys.
Mhm.
So, yeah, Penguinator, yeah, you have your Switch, but you never really use it, though. You don't have anybody to play it with, so I understand why. But once I get
Yeah,
my
it's-
Switch, though, oh, shit, it's already going to be on. It's going to be on.
You might as well buy an Elgato too if you can.
Yeah, that's what I'm also going to do, too. Like, definitely stream Nintendo games. That's, like, one of my future things. That's, like, if I grew up... Let's say, like, I was, like, a teenager, obviously, growing up... in this time, instead of me just being 30 and all that, I mean, I would definitely try to go for, like, Elgato and all that other jazz. I mean, I still want to go for an Elgato, obviously. I have OBS, and I have OBS Streamlabs from Twitch. I just need, an Elgato I can hook it up to my computer and all that, which will
You know how much,
definitely... I mean...
you know how much awesome content you could produce?
Dude,
You know
I mean, Chaotic set me up with, like, a pretty cool layout a long time ago. I gotta find that.
50K, here I come.
Right? I could honestly... Penguinair, you were mentioning this, a long time ago, where I could try to do streams and do face rig with my, with, like, just the pug, and just have, like, the pug, head talk, be like, dee 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 dee. Just make, like,
Yeah.
everybody laugh with that.
Now you gotta imagine this though. You get the computer, Elgato, and everything ready to go, and you get the Nintendo Switch, and we do a live stream together, and then people look at me and they see a talking penguin, and they look at you and see a talking pug.
I need to do
They're like,
that.
What the hell?
I need to do that. That would be... The views would literally go crazy. That literally
And
would
then
be
they go look at
insane.
Burning Shadow doing a live stream. There's a ball of flame sitting there talking. They're like, "Oh my god, I'm on acid."
Yeah.
Yeah, Shadow, you need to save up for an Elgato, my guy.
No, I know.
I mean, I know
But
I've
at
been
least I'm
streaming
not the
without
only
one for like.
slacking.
I mean, I know I don't have a Elgato. I mean, I've been doing streams without Elgato since 2016, 17, and I'm doing just fine. My channel's doing just fine. But
The main thing Elgato helps you do is with the recordings and live streaming. It helps you with the overlays and stuff.
yeah, that's definitely it'll draw attention to most, especially on
It
Twitch though
doesn't end
too.
your stream on PS4 when you're trying to switch games. That's another thing.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm trying to go for also. So anyways, I want to switch gears here really quick. So earlier this week on a Wednesday, we were talking about him earlier. The late legend himself, most of you guys know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Cowboy
Yeah.
Nick, his birthday was Wednesday. He would have been 31 years old today, and I can't believe it's been 2 years since, my late best friend from college and sports, and even he loved video games also, so I can't believe, it still kind of pains me to my soul that he's gone. But at the end of the day, I'm just going to throw this out there. I mean, somebody said this, and I did get this from a movie quote. I don't care what anyone says. You can hate me, whatever. nobody is ever really gone. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
always
I've
with
heard of
me,
this.
no matter what, and he's probably watching over me from the clouds, from heaven, because I know he was a very religious person. And I was with his uncle for lunch. We went to his favorite Greek restaurant over to the next town, and they have some like really good Greek food over there. And his uncle, I want to talk into a story about his uncle. His uncle's name was Larry. The whole restaurant, since they know who he was, they actually made a sympathy card for him because of Nick's birthday. And as soon as he read it, 30 seconds after he got done writing, he just burst into tears in public. And there was a couple people that hugged. I mean, I obviously hugged him, and honestly, it was very emotional. Super duper emotional. Yeah, blessing and rip Cowboy Nick. Yeah, I mean, if he was still alive today, let's just say if he was.
that you'd be doing this.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, he definitely would be. That's why I kind of made the Kyle the Pug podcast. Part of this was just for him, but I'm doing this because I'm here with the best community ever. Even though my notifications can be shite at times, but I literally
Fuck
have
you,
one of the
YouTube.
best. Well, not YouTube, but Twitch. Twitch is starting to turn into that too, somewhat. I guess Mattman didn't get a notification that I went live, but anyway, so this is why I made it, just to talk with my community, because I love you guys. I honestly love you guys so much for even stopping by, or just chatting up, be goofballs, roasting each other, and which goes back to with Cowboy Nick, because Cowboy Nick was all those things. And
Hey, this wouldn't be a real podcast if we weren't making fun of each other.
And that is true. And if he was still alive, he would have loved all you guys, hands down. Shadow, Mattman especially, and then obviously Penguinator, Dan the Man I could definitely see, because they both got the Sutter.
One-on-one, just to get to know him.
Yeah, I mean, he would have liked you too, man, because he was a Sharks
And
guy,
best believe,
St. Louis
best
Cardinals
believe,
fan. I think his
I would have
favorite
brought up.
Pokemon, I think, was Tedpig, which is one of the the
Really?
start. Yeah, he actually that's why I put the that's why I put Tedpig in the thing, because that was one of his favorites.
Does
when
he
was
like the
playing
whole line or just Tepig?
probably the whole line, but I just put that in there just because I've seen it on his
that's
I've seen
interesting.
it on his Facebook page, so that's why I put that in there. But
That actually surprises me.
yeah, so Cowboy, I know you're watching from the clouds above. I love you, my brother. Rest in paradise. And you just keep being you. You are no longer suffering. You no longer have seizures. And you're doing God's work up there.
Oh, I don't want to think about seizures.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a hard thing to think about, honestly.
Yeah.
But the sad story was he died right at the beginning of 2018, and he had these seizures. I think it was right around. I guess he woke up at 4:45 in the morning just to do chores, and then I guess it was around 5:45, first day of 2018, and then all of a sudden Caesar just all of a sudden just came in. He started having one, and it just got to the point where the seizure was so bad that he was. As much as I hate to say it, and I don't like talking about this, but it happened to be that he was brain dead. There was no coming back from. I mean, even if he did miraculously recover from it, he wouldn't be the same. So I feel like it was just the right thing. He would no longer suffer, and all that jazz.
I mean, hey, at least you're keeping it honest and real.
Yeah, I mean, I have to. There's
no point in faking that.
Yeah, there's always be real, be honest. Even if you're feeling down, just always talk to somebody. If you, even I know a couple of friends that have had seizure problems before, and I've seen it before in the past, but I just feel and thank God this didn't run in my family, because thank God, otherwise I don't know what I would do, because I could imagine suffering through that. But at the end of the day, you just gotta realize, life basically is shorter than most people think. And so you gotta pretty much live it to the most of it when you can. Just live life when you can, and just enjoy it. That's basically what happens. Kyle roasts me I mean, everybody roasts me too. It's not like I don't mind it. I mean, you don't mind it either. So
I'll do it on a daily basis. Don't worry, chat. I got it all covered.
well, Shadow at least tries to attempt to roast me. He was a Cardinals
savage.
If you ever want to have fun with Shadow, Burning Shadow's initials are BS.
BS. Yeah. So, yeah, Cowboy Nick was a Cardinals fan. He was a big-time Cardinals fan. And another funny story was I was there with him when his team won in the 2011 World Series, when we were watching that on the television, and his team beat the Rangers.
I actually wanted them to win that, to be honest.
He was a Spurs fan.
Game 6 combo.
Yeah, he was a Spurs fan, Sharks fan, but I don't. The football one just even as a football fan, he kind of confused me a little bit, because when I first met him, he was supposedly a Raider fan. I mean, I kind of feel bad for this, honestly. Then then all of a sudden it was Cowboys, then the Cardinals, just like, you know, the St. Louis Cardinals, like the Redbirds, and back to the Raiders and Cowboys, and then I don't know, like football, he had this weird.
Switching?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the whole story was like he didn't want to be made fun of for the teams that he liked. I'm like, it's okay, man. I mean, people make fun of me for being a Dodgers fan anyways. Who cares? Like, right?
Yeah, I'm right here. Come on now. I bet Cowboy Lick would have been laughing if I roasted you.
He would have. Oh, he would. He would have laughed if anybody roasted me. Period.
If he was alive to this day, best believe I would have brought up the 2012 NLCS. Best believe I would have brought that up.
Oh, ouch.
That 3-1 blow.
Ouch. Ouch.
Yeah. Best believe I would have brought it up.
Ouch. Oh my god. I mean, the man's from above, and you gotta put him out like that, dude. Not too soon, man. Way too soon.
Yeah, I know.
Cowboy Nick, he needs a good haunting.
Yeah, Cowboy Nick's gonna haunt
I
you.
would have brought it up.
Cowboy Nick's gonna haunt you in your sleep now. I'll give him permission to do it too. Like he's gonna.
We'll see.
Like one time
I'm
I'll
gonna
be
be sitting there asleep and
all.
start screaming, "What happened? Some guy named Cowboy Nick was bitch slapping me in my sleep."
No, he's gonna. I've had this. This is like an inside joke here, but it's like, you know how the Star Wars gig is like the Jedi comes back as ghosts. Well,
yeah,
I'm gonna be sleeping one of these times, and then Cowboy's gonna come, like wake me up, be like, "Hey, Kyle, wake up, Kyle," and I'm just like, "Oh, who the heck?" And I'm just looking at. It's just the light of Ghost of Nick, and he's wearing a Jedi robe. Just like, "Hey, who do you want me to roast?" This guy, Burning Shadow, was talking about how your Cardinals blew it against the Giants in 2012. But, oh, okay, I got you, buddy. No problem. And he probably would have, did something to Shadow. He probably would have haunted him. You would have heard a giant, "Yee-haw!" And then you would have, you'll know it's him. Because...
When you feel the burning sensation on your ass, you are now branded.
Right? Oh my god.
And also would have brought up the 2014 LCS when we beat them down too.
Oh my god, you're just asking for it, man. You are literally asking for it.
Hey, I'm just being honest. I would have brought it up against him.
I mean, I know you would have.
Talking about keeping something real.
I mean, that's
and
fine.
No, I'm the bad guy.
No. It's fine. It's all in good fun at the end of the day. But
I know.
Anyways, again, happy belated birthday, Nick. I know you're watching from above. You'd be proud of what I'm doing for you.
Man.
And like I said, you just do yourself, be yourself, do God's work. Amen. Bruins beat the Hurricanes 6-2. Yeah, Penguinator and I were talking about that earlier in hockey. Because if it comes down to it, it might... Well, I'm not going to speak too soon of it, but... the Sharks, I think they play tomorrow, and that's like around 6 o'clock.
We did win game 1
against the Bruins, so they'll definitely try to go up 2-0. I believe next day, I believe so.
So what's the prediction for Stanley Cup?
My prediction, I want to see Sharks Hurricanes, so that way I can roast Penguinator if they actually come back and win.
Oh,
but,
I hope so.
I mean,
I'm hoping for Hurricanes too, or Sharks Bruins. One of the two.
But honestly, I mean, I've had enough with Boston teams being in the finals as it is. Anyways, obviously we had the Red Sox and then the Patriots.
Yeah, we all know about that, Kyle. You don't have to explain. We all know.
People for years roast you for being a Sacramento Kings fan. I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, didn't you guys have that all-star caliber team with Vladi, Chris Webber, Bibby, Christie, and Peja Stojakovic? I think this was on this day, too. And how many rings did they end up getting?
Stop, Kyle.
Okay. I got you. Do-do-do-do. Do-do. Do.
0. No. Oh my God, don't do this to them.
I mean, I feel bad, honestly, because I feel like they could have won at least, like, 2 rings with that squad. But just like a couple other teams I know, not apart from not mine. We're just not talking about mine. They were the Kings, all right, but they were the Kings of choking it where it mattered most. But okay, I'm sorry, I'm done. I'm sorry, I don't want to upset him too much. But here, let me turn the heat down.
Your LA Dodgers are the Kings of choking, if anything.
Oh, actually, well, now that you mentioned it, like all LA teams recently, the Rams and the Dodgers both. I mean, as much as I hate to say the Dodgers,
the Rams
especially
didn't have the offense. The defense was there.
Yeah, the defense, but no offense. But anyway, speaking of teams and such, Shadow, you told me you had an announcement you wanted to talk about, and I was talking about this earlier before the show started. Like, you were promoted in your clan, so
I am promoted in my clan.
I'll let you talk about it. So the floor is yours.
So I woke up yesterday morning, like really late. I like slept in. I woke up like
talked about the 2002 World Series. Big oof. But anyways, keep going. We'll get to roast. We'll get to more roasting. We'll get to more roasting later. But right now, just keep going.
Oh, I got a lot more to say. Best believe. Anyway, yeah, I woke up yesterday morning at around 10:30 or so. I woke up and I checked my Discord because, you know, I follow my own clan on Discord because why wouldn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Out of nowhere I woke up and one of my good friends, Dodger, he told me that I got promoted to running the Karma Clan channel.
Oh boy. My dude.
So if anybody has any questions or anything, they would have to come see me, like any of the members. Because it's me and one other person are running the channel.
A little round of applause.
Now that I do run the channel with another person, I have to make my own intro to the Karma Clan.
Ooh.
Which I'm going to have to start recording, I think, right after this podcast or so.
I know somebody that can do intros.
Yeah, I'm working on my own intro, trying to.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll message you my GFX designer, which I can probably get in touch with that. Prediction is Bruins versus Blues. Oh, Matt being on that haterade with the Sharks.
Bruins
God, I haven't said.
Matt, man, if you don't get out of here.
Matt's still on that haterade with the Sharks.
Too bad the Sharks are gonna win it all. I
mean, you never know, but
same with the Warriors.
The only way to beat a shark is with a hurricane.
Not exactly, because Sharknadoes exist.
Sharknado, oh my god, but...
Only in a damn movie.
Only in the movies. It's not in real life, but only in the movies. And speaking of movies, so... I don't know if you had more to say with your clan, Shadow, but I'm gonna...
I was like trying to find the text. Oh, okay. Don't be mad just because I countered yours with a Sharknado. Calm down. Anyway.
Jesus, Richard throwing out those roasts for the boys.
I mean, I am a savage at heart. Like, I may be a big softy in the inside because I am an emotional person, but I'm a savage on the outside.
Oh, you're a hardcore, heartless savage on the outside. Then there it is,
Yeah.
chat right there.
But I try not to go too far because sometimes I do go far. But
I've
yeah.
had those
Like,
moments too. Believe me,
I'll go over boundaries.
like every time, like when
Yeah.
I have a bad day, like I'll let certain things slip out that I know I shouldn't say, but you know it just happened to
Yeah,
end up.
that happens to me
Especially
too.
when I play video games, I'm in a bad mood. I'm on Call of Duty. Like, yeah, not a good idea because it's a recipe for disaster. And you know, then like I said, I have moments where I have like rage at certain times. You know, things like kind of get me annoyed a little bit. But at the end of the day, I don't act like that like at all. You know, all the time. Obviously. Like in real
For those of
life,
you watching this later, what he means is he makes 6-year-olds cry on Call of Duty because they piss him off.
It makes 6-year-olds cry. Actually, there's a funny story with that. There's actually videos that they like there's actually troll like YouTube, like people troll people on YouTube, especially like little squeakers on Call of Duty. Like they said they're gonna do certain things, but they end up doing something else anyways. I've seen videos that are like that. I mean, honestly, the kids that like even like the little kids that play Call of Duty though, I mean, not if their parents have their permission by it to play it, that's fine. I really don't care. But they gotta. If this was like my kid, let's say if like I had kids and they wanted to play video games, I would have them start like with like kid-friendly games. Like if they were older, like rated E for everyone, I have them play Pokemon, and then rated T for Team be like I don't know. What's a good rated T? Like maybe Overwatch or something. I don't know if Overwatch will even exist by then, but. And then obviously for mature, if they were old enough, I would not have them play Call of Duty unless they were 17 to 18 years old. That's even if I had kids.
Okay, so I found that message. They had messaged me at 3:24 in the morning. I was asleep.
3:24. Oof, that must have been like 6:24 their time.
So this is what my fellow clan members told me. Your new role is to be admin for the clan channel server. All ideas go through me and you both before being announced on the other server and before being recorded. Yeah, and then he also says, "Sorry, your role took longer to sort out, but I felt that you are a good fit for the newest role."
Mm-hmm.
And then he also says, "You are an admin for the Karma YT channel, not the Karma clan." Because I had assumed that I'm admin of the Karma clan, because I was in disbelief.
Yeah, so at least you got promoted in the world. You're looking up.
Yeah, and then it says, "So your job is to manage day-to-day stuff worth the clan YouTube channel, like ideas, recording days, and stuff like that."
There you go. That's all you got to do. You got a big job to fulfill. You got to do your boys proud.
And then he told me that's where the editors come in. Check the Discord setting your roles under to see who you are, the editors, and they will record and edit it, but it depends which ones are free and which days. Which is your role to set up dates and times with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, GG though in getting the admin role. So you are moving up
So
in
I'm
the
moving
world,
up.
my guy. Yeah, you definitely are moving up.
Yeah, and
For
and
the
who would've
fellers.
thought that? Who would have thought that this year I'd be making so many moves, and this wasn't even my New Year's resolution.
Hey, you could probably scratch that off on any future New Year's resolutions you have because you don't have to
know.
worry about it. You don't have to worry about it
Yeah.
anymore.
And to think that this all started with your shout-out series.
And there it is, boys. Kyle the Pug helping people grow.
Yeah, because I think you're probably one of the reasons why I'm so inspired to do this now.
Aw, you flatter me
That's
so
interesting.
much.
I told you! I'm a big softie on the inside. I told you! And there
I
it
know,
is. My
I
soft
know.
side is now coming out.
I know.
So I'm
now
just kind of
coming
curious with the big bump to admin. Did you get a nice pay raise in company stock?
You know, I may
options,
say,
or-
Kyle, your Dodgers suck, but at the same time, I'll give you credit for inspiring me about this.
I mean, it's sweet and sour
Picture
parts.
that.
The
It's
sour
like, I
part
wanna
of
thank
me.
Kyle for the
wait-
shout out series for helping me get here, but your Dodgers suck.
yeah, but here's the sour
By
part.
the way, your Dodgers suck.
Here, the sour part of me is saying "fuck you," but the second part of, or the sweet part of me is saying, I appreciate it, thank you. from, you know, bottom of my heart. I mean, at least I try to help out people whenever I can, you know. I think especially with like streamers that I want to help out, even like future streamers that want to like start to get back into the streaming game again. Because I know somebody, she's actually got like 2 jobs, so she's trying to save up enough so she can start streaming. And Penguin, I know you were trying to get back in. Well, I think you said you were trying to get back into the streaming game. I just don't know when that was. But I know with you and work and all that, because it kind of holds everything back. But
yeah, and not only that, I was like starting to blow up a little bit. Like I now have 46 subscribers. I'm 54 away from 100.
You're growing up, dude. You, sir, are growing up in the world.
And I blew up in followers on Twitter as well. I'm like 60 plus away from 200.
If I can.
You stream once a week. Are you going to use
if I
that?
can't get to like just to start like trying to get back into it, just try and do 1 day a week here and there.
I mean, I believe in you.
Penguin, what are you at, Penguin? 1,000 subs?
Yeah, like just over 1,000.
So yeah, so you and Mattman.
Can we get to Penguinator to 2,000? That'd be great.
Actually, you and Mattman are like equal, I think. Yeah, you and Mattman are like equal to each other's, like equivalents, like to each other's subs a little bit. But yeah, like I said, if you were like not so much, you know, being held back with work and other things, I think you could have definitely gotten something going, or definitely could still get something going.
Because living in California, in the Bay Area where I live at, you need 2 jobs just to pay off rent, and it's ridiculous.
That's why I don't want. That's why I don't want to move. That's why I don't want to move into a major city.
My 2 jobs are both fast food restaurants, Wendy's and McDonald's, to be specific.
Damn,
I work at both those jobs.
Yeah, you work in both jobs. I see you.
And customer service, man, I am gaining so much customer service experience.
Well, there you go.
I also used to work for Safeway as well, but I only worked there for 7 months. 2 years ago. It's already been 2 years since I left that job. Well, come July it'll be 2 years, but still. Like,
well, when I hit the lottery, I won't have to worry about it.
I know.
But Publishers Clearinghouse
on the internet, I don't have to worry about it.
Oh, if I get donated from a Mr. Beast like $50,000, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. If I get donated $1 million from Mr. Beast, I am quitting both my jobs tonight.
Actually, this is a true story. He actually stopped by one of my friends, DJ Freight. Like, he would stream like late at night a long time ago. He actually stopped by. He donated $5 to DJ Freight, which is like, holy shit, Mr. Beast actually donated to me, which was true. He actually showed me the screenshots and everything, and it was pretty insane. Yeah.
Well, that's like
Mr. Beast is
Alyssa, also
everywhere.
known as the that's like my friend Alyssa, also known as the Muffler Girl. I used to stream with her on Infinite Warfare Zombies a lot, and she was just sitting there playing Fortnite one day, and he started that paper rock scissors game. Whoever won got like $5,000, and she was in that video.
I saw that video.
Oh,
I saw that video.
I remember a little bit about it.
She thought it was like, okay, yeah, whatever, and she just said, and then she looked back and like it was actually Mr. B. She's like, damn it, I could have won a lot of money.
God damn it, I could have won some money, man. Oh, the people pretty much do anything for money, honestly. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
The money,
the thing though with him that I really respect is that he can be greedy and keep it to himself, but he's helping out streamers trying to get their stuff going.
Yeah, he donated to streamers that had no viewers too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he picks somebody, he watches them for a bit, he makes sure they're not like racial or anything like that, and then he's like, oh, let's make their day. Here's $10,000, and just freaks them out.
Right?
Yeah.
But when you look at others that, yeah, they do like, I don't want to talk bad about him because he does do this, but same token, you know who I'm talking about. But he does like Easter eggs for charity and stuff like that. But do you really see him going to people's streams and like, hey, we're going to just randomly donate $100 to this guy to make his day? Where literally that's what Mr. Beast, that's pretty much all he does on YouTube and Twitch is just donates large sums of money to up
You
and
know,
down streamers
he
to make
actually
their day.
hosted. I actually saw a video of him. He actually hosted a real life battle royale tournament with balloons, and it was pretty sweet too. Like, it actually looked super fun.
But then
Yeah,
again,
it
who
is.
hasn't subscribed to him? Because he makes pretty good content.
Yeah, he does. But what really got him known, apart from his content, was when people started realizing that he was doing these donations. And I hate to say that some of that brought in the wrong crowd, where they're hoping like, "Hey, donate to me, donate to me, donate to me."
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Like, just
where people are like
You
money
know, that's-
hungry.
I mean, he doesn't do them that often. Like he hasn't done one in a while.
well, he actually made a comment in one of his videos. He said he likes doing it, he likes helping people, but he's kind of getting bored with it a little bit. And
Yeah.
like I
You
said,
can
we're just
only do
bringing
it
the
for
wrong
so
crowd
long.
to him.
Yeah,
Well, it's bringing the wrong crowd to him as well. Instead of
Yeah, that
people,
too.
because he was hoping people get the idea like, hey, let's do what he's doing, not so much in that extent, but let's make somebody day like donate $1 here or whatever, just make their day. But
yeah.
instead, they're coming to him like, hey, I want some money. So I kind of see where he's coming from.
Yeah, because you don't want to draw that kind of attention. Like those
Yeah.
are the people that you're gonna end up blocking or banning.
In other words,
Yep.
those are what we call clout chasers.
That's it. And when they don't get that money, that's what'll happen.
They'll be trying to.
That's when they start. Yeah, they start trying to troll you and everything else.
Yeah, and I did see those videos of where he would buy a bunch of stuff at a Costco store and he would donate it to these charities, to these people that need it.
Yeah. And if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken, I think he said he did make a lot of money on YouTube before he started doing that and getting famous
He
for
did.
donating. But didn't he also make some money in the stock market, he said?
I think so.
I believe so. I remember seeing a video a long time ago that he
I wanna say
actually
he said-
donated. He actually bought a shit ton of stuff. I don't remember where it was from though. It was like towels and I guess clean clothes, like stuff for the homeless people who were like taken in or something like that. He bought like tens of thousands of dollars of all those supplies. I don't know, remember where it was at though. I think it might have been like Costco, not Costco, but it was
But
like
I do
somewhere
remember
around
he-
there. But yeah, he bought all those clothes for. And just like food, sleeping gear, you know, everything in between, even like canned food and such for like the homeless people. Like he is actually a really good, genuine soul. He really is.
Well, he's doing
Yeah.
what I think more people need to do, not so much just donate a lot of money and so, but he's trying to
No, help
do what he
people.
can to make the world better. not worse.
Exactly.
Yeah, because we're surrounded by so much negativity
Yeah.
everywhere. Shootings happen, racist people are coming about,
Yep. Exactly. Racist people.
and a lot more other stuff.
Shootings. Yeah, there's especially here in California, there's like a bunch of shootings that happen, you know, every so often. It's like every
Yeah.
other day. Like especially where I'm at, you know. Oh, friggin' another shooting gang related every other day. Sacramento shooting gang related every other day, you know. It's just
Yeah.
it's
But you
bad.
stop and think that you look at, let's just say a group, and they do nothing but teach hatred for, because of recent shooting, I'm just going to say them, the Jewish community, and then everybody's shocked when there's a shooting. I'm like, no, because some nitwit out there is like, oh, they're right, I got to go kill these people. And then they go. I was like, if all you do is push hatred, someone's going to take that hatred to the next level.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No question about that.
So, and that's why I'm like, you need to stop teaching hatred to so many people.
And I feel like that's what's wrong with the world nowadays, especially like in real life. Well, especially, you know, when Trump became president, everything just went to hell in a I mean, I'm not into politics personally, but I feel like America was kind of screwed when Hillary and Trump were both like the top two candidates to take the to take Obama's spot for being the next president of the United States. And I think that's what kind of screwed everybody because, you know, Trump would have won. Well, Trump obviously did won because you see a lot of more racial, you know, KKK stuff out there. And if Hillary would have
Yeah,
won,
like,
you would have seen a
why?
lot more feminism, you know, female rights and all that. I mean, that's fine if you believe in whatever you want to believe. I really don't care. Just don't do it around me. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Like,
Yeah.
if you try
Dude,
to
that's
sucker
like I
me
said.
in, if you try to sucker me into this sort of thing, I'm probably not gonna do it. I'm not gonna listen to you. That's the whole thing behind that.
It's like don't bring it around me, or like
Yeah,
don't be an
and-
asshole about it.
Yeah, and that's what I
Keep
feel
it to
like.
yourself. It's like
Yeah.
do what makes you happy, but just don't do certain things that make you happy around me. That's how you would put it.
Well, it's not
Yeah.
just that though. I mean, especially if it involves like rituals or violence or gang-related stuff. I mean, just I don't want any of that. I mean, that's the part of the negativity that happens with this world too, because nobody would ever because happiness is like it's different for everybody.
Yeah. Well, it's like one of my buddies where he lives in a state where they just they legalized marijuana and he wanted to go out and buy it. He said, "Well, I have the right to now." I said, "Let me put it to you this way: because you have the freedom and the right to do it, does that make it right for you and your body to do it?"
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't really have an answer. And I was like, "Think about it. Yes, you have the ability to go out and get it because now it's freedom. It's your right. You can go do it if you want to. And I'm not. If you go, I'm not judging you, but I'm saying to you, just because you have that right doesn't mean it's the right thing to do."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of people get themselves in trouble too. Is like, well, I have the right to say whatever I want to. Yes, you do. That doesn't mean it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when people take freedom of speech too far.
Yep.
Yeah, especially like let's say if Hillary won, the president, the election. Imagine like how many feminist rights groups would be like standing up, like trying to back her up. I mean if it's Democratic, then I mean I guess that's one thing. I don't really mind like either or the other party, but it's just the way that people react to that, like the hardcore, fans thinking, oh, they're gonna be their savior, and just like everybody's like, oh, Trump's gonna be the savior, he's gonna build a wall and all that and blah blah blah. And honestly, from my perspective, as the way I see it, one person does not make a difference. Some of this shit you gotta find yourself with like jobs, trying to find a job. All that shit you gotta do yourself. You can't rely on just like one person to help you out. You gotta do this on your own.
I will say this though with Trump, and that I think what really sold a lot of Americans on him, because I watched some of his meet and greets and everything, something he kept saying kept popping up, and I think it resonated with so many Americans. And what he said was, even if you elect me, I can't do it alone. I need you, the backbone, the American people. You are the power of the country, not me. And he was telling them, like, you're the ones that have to help me do this. I can't do it even if you elect me. And for the first time ever, and I think Kyle, because you and I are about close to the same age, in our lifetime, have we ever heard a candidate say, you are the ones that have to make this difference, I can't do it, versus others getting out there, if you elect me, I will.
Yeah, Obama kind of said the same thing too when he was in office also.
And that's what kind of resonated with people, especially like with him and Trump, is it was, I need you, I need your help, I can't do it alone. And when you have other candidates, like even with Hillary, if you paid close attention to what they said, Hillary was all, I will do this, I will do this. And Trump's like, you need to help me do this. You need to help me do this. He kept asking the American people to take part of it. And I was just like, you could see where the tide was turning towards favoritism to Trump, because he was bringing the American people in like they had an actual say-so, versus once you vote me in, I'm the one with the power and you don't matter.
Yeah, and then that's where he has all that money though too, so he can basically kind of like make his way into the election, and even not just the election, but like every even the I'm trying to think of the name for it, but I can't really think. Like into the big time media markets, like he can throw his name out there with all this money, like he owns like.
He didn't have to.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That the left side media hated him so much he got free press. He's like, I don't have to spend the dime. They're giving me all the press I want.
Yeah, that's with like CNN and Fox News and all that, and it's just, oh my god, it's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. I was like, how funny is this that y'all are pushing all this stuff against him, whether it's for him or against him, and he literally just came out and said, I don't have to spend the dime. They're doing it for me. I don't have to pay for any advertisements.
Jeez.
I was sitting there, I was like, y'all are a bunch of retards when you sit there and look at it, because it's like, you're trying to do something against him, or you have Fox News trying to combat CNN with positivity versus negativity, and like I said with Trump, he's like, Fox News gives me the positive, and CNN tells you the other side. I don't have to say a damn word. I'm good.
Yeah, he's playing them like puppets,
yes.
basically. That's what's going on with that.
And it worked.
But yeah, it definitely did work though, for sure.
But the one thing that if he doesn't win 2020, or even if he does win and goes for another 4 years, whenever he leaves office, the one thing I will miss is laughing when he does a press conference out in the open, and that wind blows that front panel of his hair up and down.
It just. I love the SNL skits that they do about Trump, and they're pretty funny.
I laugh so hard when I see
I
him
remember
talk.
those.
Because it's like a wig is just sitting there flapping up and down like it's talking with him. It's just really funny.
The only thing about politics I do like is political comedy, especially like Saturday Night Live. And I think Penguin and I, we were talking about this, a while back too. Even when Alec Baldwin plays Donald Trump on Saturday Night Live, he hates Donald Trump, but he does a really damn good job of impersonating him too, which is pretty damn funny.
I like watching different people when they try to impersonate him, because some of them actually do pretty good, and others I'm just like, yeah, don't quit your day job.
Yeah, just don't quit. Just if you're not good at something, just don't try to break something you have going. Just keep your day job. Just keep working, make your money, pay your bills, and all that. But anyway,
I think when we talked about, I made the comment where I hadn't seen it because years ago I kind of stopped watching Saturday Night Live just because I just kind of got bored with the series. Kind of like the same thing with South Park. After a couple seasons, I just got bored with it, so I kind of stopped watching. So, and I used to have, like, especially after the election, I had people sit there, well, you stopped watching because they. I was like, no, I actually have not watched them literally since 1998.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's a long. That's 20 years. That's a long time.
Candidate. I literally have not watched them in over 20 years.
But anyways, so we are out of time on the podcast show. I know this one went to the original 2 hours instead of the hour and 30 minutes.
Did you talk about you joining your clan?
We'll talk about that next week. God damn it,
Kyle.
God damn it, Kyle. But anyways, thank you guys so much for joining the show. Kyle, Bill. But anyways, thank you guys so much for joining us on episode number 11 on the podcast show. If you guys did enjoy the show, and if you guys are seeing this on YouTube as well, drop a like, a subscribe. We're on the road to 10K, and don't forget to turn on those post notifications as well. So don't forget to turn on those post notifications to never miss an upload or live stream I do on the channel. And sometimes YouTube notifications will act up. So what I will recommend you all to do is follow me on Twitter at Kyle the Pug and turn on the bell for that, so that way the best way to get notified when I go live is through Twitter and Discord also as well. So if you guys are watching on Twitch, thank you guys so much for watching. And of course, some shout outs here. Penguinator, Burning Shadow, thank you guys so much for being on the show. And we will be seeing you guys next week as well on the Kyle the Pug podcast show. Episode number 12, they will also be here. And as always, you guys have a great week, and I will see you guys next time for when we do another show. So we'll have new topics, new everything. So have a good day. And hashtag Pugbark, guys.
Ice cream.
Kyle Ice Cream.
Yep.
Bye!